What's up guys, my name is Marcel, welcome to my YouTube channel One Dapper Street, and today's video marks the beginning of a new series, and that will be a Thrift with Me series. But before we actually go into any thrift stores and start shopping, I thought it'd be great to share with you guys a little bit of a quick bullet point type list on how to thrift efficiently so you get the best pieces in store. I used to actually thrift a lot back in the day when I didn't have the money and I needed to find a budget way to shop. I stopped eventually because people on Instagram and on YouTube were asking me where I got certain pieces from, and I couldn't tell them because they were all thrifted. So I wanted to focus on newer pieces so people can shop, but in the light of sustainability, I figured let's focus a little bit more on thrifting and let me share my process. Hopefully it helps you guys as well. Step number one, you gotta check all the stores that are near you. This can be easy or it can be hard. It's kind of easy if there's just one and that's the one you go and check out, and that's cool. It can be really hard if there's a bunch. For example, I used to shop at Buffalo Exchange a lot and at Crossroads, but in Manhattan there's several locations for each of them, and honestly I think you should go to each and every one of them to kind of try and figure out which of those has the best pieces for you, and that'll be your go-to store. Obviously it's also very hard if you don't have any around, then you'll have to resort to online secondhand shopping, namely Poshmark and Depop. If you want to check out my Depop store, it's at One Dapper Street. My lovely girlfriend Hilda manages that, so if you want to chat with her on my Depop and shop some of my older clothes, then feel free to. So once you've gone through the setup process and you found your store, you found your favorite person on Depop online, find out when new shipments come in. You can honestly just ask any sales associate, be like, hey, when do you guys put new product on the floor? It might be on a daily, depending on how they operate, or it might be once a week, and try and get there as soon as the new product's on the floor, because good stuff moves very quickly in thrift stores. So that's tip number two. Tip number three is somewhat self-explanatory, but I think it needs to be said, and you need to keep that in mind as you go in. You need to have patience and you need to come with a good bit of time, because it's not as easy to navigate. You need to really look deep. That's how you find the good things. So come in with patience, come in with time. A very meditative type. Point number three. Point number four, once you're actually in the store and looking around, I usually tend to just go for things that I like. I don't necessarily go for my size range unless I'm in a time crunch, which I just said is not the ideal way to go thrift shopping. I like to just look around, even if it's a size large or extra large. Sometimes those things run slim, sometimes they've been tagged incorrectly. You don't really know. I go for the pieces that I like, and then maybe I'll end up wearing them oversized, or maybe it doesn't work out, but just go to what, like, same thing you would do in a regular store. Go to what you like and then figure out the sizing after. Like I said, it might take a little bit more time, but I think that's what you gotta do to get those best pieces. Tip number five, once you see something you like and you might wanna get it, do not put it back on a rack. Grab it, hold on to it, put it in a changing room if you can, because it has happened to me so many times that I picked something up that I was like, oh, I think I might get this. And I'm like, maybe just not yet. Put it back. Somebody else had seen it because I picked it out, and then they went to grab it and it was gone. So if you like something and you think you like something, just pick it out. Nobody's gonna charge you for holding on to stuff. Just make sure that nobody else steals that away from you. Which leads me to point number six. You can be the other guy. You can be the guy that's checking out other people in the store and seeing what pieces they're pulling out, especially if there's someone in there that you kind of like, oh man, I like his style. Like, I think he dresses well. Don't be the creep that's just like, but you know what I mean. Just keep it a little bit more casual. Look around, see if they pick something up that you like, see what they tried on, what they bring back to the salesperson outside of the changing rooms, because there might be something that just didn't fit them quite right, they didn't like as much, but it could be a really nice guideline for you guys as you're shopping. And then last but not least, tip number seven, and I will show you all of these in the series coming up in action. So if this is a little bit too superficial for you, too top level, make sure you subscribe to the channel because there's a lot more videos coming. But tip number seven is make a friend in a store. This comes somewhat naturally. If you just maintain that idea in your head and you go there week after week, you're gonna see the same people. Make sure you say hi, make sure you say, how are you? Ask them for help, ask them, hey, like, what do you think of this if you have something on? Just be really light and positive, because a friend in a store can go a really long way. My buddy and I, when we used to live together and thrifting was what we did on a weekly basis at Buffalo Exchange, we knew the people in there. He knew what brands we liked, what designers we liked, what style we had, so he would actually hold a couple pieces for us on hold, not even put them out on the floor, but show them to us before he would put them out on the floor, which probably is not what they're supposed to be doing, but at the end of the day, if they know you're gonna buy it for sure, then there's not really an issue. So make a friend on the floor, 2 bonus points. 1, you get a new friend. 2, he might be able, or she might be able to score you some awesome pieces. So that's a quick guide on how to thrift properly, at least in my opinion. If you have anything to add to that, please let me know in the comments down below. Actually, as I just said that, I was like, maybe I should add a point 8. Really inspect your clothes. Don't just, it's used clothing. Make sure there's no holes, no stains, no nothing. I think that's the last little point. That was like a little extra, so don't write that in the comments, but if you have any other ideas, write those in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, quick and to the point. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm hoping you're as excited as I am for this new series to go live in a couple of weeks. Thank you for watching. Until the next time, stay dapper. Bye.